Land Workshop expansion packs, like $2.99. It's one of the crappier ones. Doesn't add any quests. It's literally build editions. And it's a good place to start because at that point we'll start talking about how to build settlements and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've never played any Fallout.
Well, you're in for a treat. If you're familiar with any of the Elder Scrolls games or anything of those, did you ever like any of that?
Yes, I love Elder. I love Elder Scrolls.
Then you're in good company, my friend.
Elder Scrolls.
Huge fan
Only
of
thing
Morrowind.
I'm not playing is ESO.
Okay, yeah, dude, I played Daggerfall back on the PC. Okay, so I loved Oblivion. I loved it. Had all the expansion packs. Loved Skyrim. And so Fallout 4, I was a little disinterested in. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had Fallout 3, played it, beat all the expansion packs, did Fallout New Vegas, and the series had never really stuck to me until now. So, and if anybody wants to actually watching the gameplay, you can actually look up my name on YouTube right now. There will be a live stream, Omega Res Novae, whatever, look for Fallout 4, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so anyway, I was really kind of, I don't know, it didn't really hit the notes I liked, dude. Like, I felt like the Dragonborn. You gotta understand, I loved it. So, coming to Fallout felt, you know, almost sparse. I played the other Fallout games, and it just kind of felt sparse. And so this one, I was excited because they added in a build mode. And the first thing that occurred to me is, I bet I can build a castle. Okay? After months of failures, actually, and I kid you not and stuff, of experimenting with the game, I figured out a way. I had to download all the expansion packs and all this other crap, but I found a way to start building cities. There's the ability to have small settlements, which is basically a farmer, some crops, and water. You can sleep in the bed, eat some food, and keep moving. It's basically made for survival mode. And I thought to myself, I could turn these into cities. I mean cities. I could get running water here, power, nuclear fission generators, security systems, laser locks. I could do this. They have all the tools. So I started trying to break the game. Hey, Matthew. I see Matthew's watching. Hello, Matthew. So I figured different ways of breaking the game, and through experimentation and a lot of hard work, I figured out a way to wire and model things, and I sat down and I sketched out basic blueprints for a city, water purification systems and stuff. I got all in depth with it, you know. Anyway, and I started building my first city, and it worked. If you want to watch the broadcast, I'll actually show you here in a little bit and stuff. But
I'm trying to find you on YouTube right now. You said Omega Res Novia?
Yeah, and it should. I think there's like underscores and stuff under it and stuff, and you could type in
that's
like.
Probably why it didn't work. Let me put the underscores. Hold on.
Hey Isaac, hello guys. Hi, welcome to the broadcast. So yeah, what I'm going to be talking about here in the viewers today. Okay, what I'm going to be talking about with the viewers today, there will be a slight lag in what you see. You're going to hear me before you see it. There will be a delay of about a minute.
I know how it goes. I know how the live stream goes. I YouTube as well.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, this is kind of a private thing. I don't have a lot of subscribers or anything like that. This is just more.
Yeah, mine's kind of just friends. Mine's just friends on my channel. I got like 50 subscribers or something like that.
I don't even think I have that many. So I'm going to try and teleport real quick. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to teleport real quick right now. We're going to go near Sanctuary. I'm going to give you a basic kind of tour and idea of what we're talking about when we're talking about retrofitting.
I'm watching your live stream right now.
Okay, cool. All right, so I do want to talk about some of the build modes, and we are going to go through some exploring. I know I get a lot of questions on how I do stuff. Hi, Matthew. I get a lot of questions on how I do things.
I just want to see how the game works.
Absolutely, absolutely. So some things I want to cover is how to wire using concrete and how to run electricity and power poles through buildings, because that's kind of a difficult thing. You're going to find that that's very glitchy, and that you really can't run stuff through. A little bit. This is kind of interesting. So Fallout follows the same basic dynamics. If anyone's familiar with, you know, the basic Bethesda, you know, kind of genre here, right? We have, you know, these interactive characters, a 24-hour society. They gave more population to Fallout 4 than they did in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. So we did have more people in kind of a larger area. But I found a lot of what to be more of a draw for me was the build mode. So I'm going to leave here. This is actually the Red Rocket. For anybody that actually has played this game, we're going to leave here. Please ignore that. That's actually a base being built. So I'm going to move over here towards Sanctuary. For those of you that haven't played the game yet, you may remember Sanctuary as the original city you start in, and it being a ruined wreck of a suburban, you know, sprawl. So when you get back and you start the game and are out of your vault, you come to this ruined city, and there's not much to find here except Cogsworth. And here, you guys, here in a second, we'll actually end up seeing some of this starting to get loaded here. You'll have to forgive my system as it literally freaks out as it attempts to process some of this stuff. So this is the outer wall. For any of you that have actually been here to the city, you realize none of these superstructures should be here. So. Okay. Yeah, you guys probably hear yourselves. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I can hear myself in the background.
It's funny. I'm gonna move here through the main city here and stuff, and it looks like it's having process. Oh, loading. We're don't ask about the the floating signs. I swear it shouldn't be there. Right there. Okay, so we're gonna have a lot of grandiose claims here as this is loaded. Okay, so I'm gonna move into here to the main city if I can. There we go. Oh, there's some lag there as it processes the city. So let's cover the outer walls real quick, let you know how the city goes. Oh, hey, what's up? Okay, so outer city stuff. So with the expansion packs, I did get the ability to improve happiness in my settlements by adding in things like gym equipment. So actually building a gym was kind of just a neat little niche. That's a nod right there. That's Nilin. I think that's a, what was that French game? Oh, Remember Me. Remember Me. So there's a nod to the developers at Remember Me. Loved your game. It was a real interesting one. So I'm going to step down here, and this will give the beginning of what was the water purification system. For those that are familiar with Sanctuary, we have this large running river right next to us, and it's generally not utilized by most players. So I put a lot of water purification systems in here and wired them up to sub-generator stations at first, actually. So some of these outer walls actually came in layers.
So you built everything there?
Yeah, I did all this. So, we have electronic locks, all this stuff we're going to cover. I'll talk about building living communities, how to get your people to function as a 24-hour society, running shops and other things like that, and basically developing your own cities and getting them to run. That's the real trick. So, as we move through here, you will notice this outer wall is actually more of a living quarters. It serves both as kind of like an outer wall and perimeter, to prevent, any large invasions, but also, as you can see, it's kind of guarding the centralized water purification system here. So I did have to build at first, sub-generator stations to power different things at different points in time, because obviously we didn't have everything built at once. I mean, this took a lot of time, as you can probably imagine. So this is one of our sub-generator stations here. Put electronic locks and security. I can run all of this from a central command post, which I'll show you how to do later too. It's real fun stuff.
Oh, nice.
So, so we're going to move down here a little bit down the ways, and I'm going to point out something. This is actually part of an expansion pack, the Vault-Tec expansion pack. So for those of you that downloaded the expansion pack, you can build your own vault now. Woohoo! So I did want to take some of the things here and utilize some of that. So I got a nuclear reactor. This gives 500 power. A lot of you are probably like, how did you get that here? It's a Vault-Tec expansion pack. So I just want to let you guys know that's how I got the big super reactor. I did put a few of these around the town because I wanted to make sure I never ran out of power, period. I have street lights to power in a whole city, so, and we'll talk about how to build other cities later. So, as you'll see on these outer perimeter walls, I actually have these turned into apartments and labeled, because I wanted to utilize both my build space and, have a good defensive perimeter. So I had to kind of mix and, match. So that's why the walls are so incredibly thick. For those of you who've got to the end of the Fallout 4 game, you're going to see something here and you're going to wonder how I did it, so I'm going to give you a quick explanation. So if you got all the way to the end of the game, you may recognize this funny contraption, which was one hoot to build, okay? And you're going to wonder how it is that I beat the game and I still have one. I'll only tell you this. Make sure you build 2.
Okay. So you only get a chance to build them one time in the game?
That particular item, yeah, is a teleportation unit, and you only get to build that once. So, okay, we're going to move down here down the street. This is actually the Sable Cove Medical Detention Facility. Got Nick Valentine to work out of here, which is one of the detectives in the game. Got some robotic guards. These are available through the Automatron expansion pack, so if you want to build your own robot guards and you don't have enough people, check that out. Okay, so I'm going to head upstairs real quick here, and then we're going to move on through the rest of the city because I want to cover this. So this is the basic kind of jail. It functions, it operates. We don't have any prisoners. We don't usually get many prisoners. I will explain human experimentation and stuff like that, but as you can see, we do have I do have to get rid of people at some point in time, and we'll explain human experimentation and why we do it, because, it's important to test weaponry and all this other stuff, and I'll give you a whole bunch of moral justification, but it's a video game, people, so I don't want any bleeding hearts whining about my human experimentation labs. Okay.
That's why you go to prison, so you can execute prisoners.
Well, that was the medical detention facility. We actually have more here. Okay, so this was a nightmare to build. For those of you that are familiar, this is actually an evenly built wall with 2 structures connected, and I have a working elevator in one. That was a design nightmare. Literally, probably the hardest thing I've ever done was measuring and getting all this stuff to link up so I could have 2 buildings that work together with a walkway that worked and a freaking elevator. I mean, come on, an elevator. I want to see you guys do that. Come on. So any of my viewers, come on, put some elevators in. Let's see you make some cool buildings. Okay. All right. So, all right, I'm going to move through here, go to my main vault real quick. Quick show and tell because I'm already short on time. This is the traffic stop. We're going to pass my vault real quick. Traffic stop is a full shopping area. All the shops work. There's a bar, running water. Hopefully I can get in past this person. I don't have to pull out a wall. Okay, I'm going to pull out a wall because I'm impatient. Okay, let's walk right through. Okay, so anyway, inside here is the, I call it traffic stop, and it is a fully functioning bar. I also have a clinic and surgeon up here. They all work for me, and everybody pays me money. So when I come back here every 24 hours, they have a set amount of water, which I can sell, so that's actually how you get rich. So if you guys want to know how to make money early, we'll explain water purification, how to build those, and how to you know, get money early in the game so that you know how to trade them. We'll point out trade locations so they kind of make it easier. Okay, so yeah, so we got a lot of shops here, and I did this at every city. I wanted to have access to everything, every single kind of shop. I wanted to be able to buy food, weapons, and armor in all of my cities. So obviously the idea is to get a functional town. You want them paying you caps, producing water, and all living happy and secure lives in this wasteland I built.
Yeah.
It's incredibly hard. Everything you see here I built by hand. So, you know, it took an incredible amount of time. I think this build took 3 months and a whole bunch of drawings and, you know, racing and all that other stuff. So it was not easy to get this going. Hey everyone, welcome viewers. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go up right now. We're going to go up my elevator that I got working. Very proud of this. And we're going to go on the 3 levels. So the base area was obviously just kind of a open area to allow people to come in and sit. And hello viewers, welcome. And right here we're going to show off, this is the secure area I have on the 2nd level. What's a potato pocket? I have no idea. I have no idea, Patrick. Okay, so quick show off. Okay, you see I got a lot of power armor here. These are different power armors you can find in the game and through the expansion packs. So there's not, you know, I'm just kind of showing you guys, and then we have the Nuka-Cola ones and the Vim other here. So this takes all the expansion packs to get all these. That's why they're here. I sealed the nuclear generator in a panic room. In survival mode, you do have to eat, drink, and sleep, so I had to build areas where I could literally lock myself in for days and survive, just in case. Things like this computer system here.
Open world or no?
Open world? Yeah, you get to walk around and stuff, and yeah, it's just like Skyrim, except, you know.
No, I thought, is it like open world players?
No, there's no open world players in this. Fallout 76 has open world players. This is just Fallout. I want to say Fallout 4, the basic build up. So okay. I'm just kind of showing people how to break the game. None of this should exist. None of this at all. There shouldn't be no tower here. There should be no town. There should be no people. It's literally, when you, if you ever start the game, you're going to see it starts in an empty city and you'll have nothing. And then we'll talk about how to actually get this stuff done. Wiring things is a nightmare. So you can imagine getting centralized power grids is really hard. This is level 3, Human Experimentation Labs. Judge me not. Yes, it's my serial killer torture chamber. And yes, I have people locked in cages. Okay? So I do have to test out weapons.
How did you get what a potato pop? What?
Hey guys, so you know, I always get a lot of judgment when I let players see this room. So yeah, all right, so it's a little creepy. Okay, yeah, so I kill people in here, but I mean, come on, it's a video game. So anyway, we're moving on to my penthouse. They're watching the live stream of my game right now. So if you go to my YouTube page and stuff, you can see the live stream. Okay, so we're gonna go up to the penthouse really quickly.
Hey, yo, Omega.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm about to start up my live stream of this.
Alright, this is the decontamination arch. I have no idea what expansion pack this came from. This thing is incredibly useful. It removes radiation when you come in your house. So I suggest, you know, looking into that. Dog meat, our infamous dog, is staying at the top of my penthouse because it's the most secure place I could find. And then this is a selection of both people I've killed and kept as trophies. I took their clothes and all that stuff. So for those of you that played far enough in the game, you may recognize some characters. Yeah, I'm with the Institute. Yeah, I'm a bad guy. Yeah, I'm in charge. So, okay, so and if you haven't played the game, for those of you that haven't played, there are different factions you can side with in this game. Brotherhood of Steel, the Railroad, the Minutemen, and or the Institute. So depending on how you guys play your game and how you decide, you know, whatever is best for you, you know, there is no good answer. Please feel free to pick whatever side you want. Waver came and left. Anyway, you know, feel free to grab whatever side you did. There's different pluses and minuses we'll talk about once you get to survival mode. Because the whole point of building these cities is survival mode, so you can eat, drink, and sleep and have security. That's kind of the point. And we'll talk about kind of more in-depth things that come with survival mode, because you'll need antibiotics and a whole bunch of other stuff that don't normally exist. You guys are coming and dropping, but the adults are here. Okay, so I'm going to keep moving through. Quick explanation, though, is there are lots and lots of cities that I've been building that are like this, okay, that all have functional security systems and all that stuff. If you ever see large buildings on the horizon built of concrete, it's either me or somebody that's learned from me. You know, none of this should exist. None of this at all should exist. And we're utilizing all of the expansion packs at once so that we can get these super incredible builds. So if anybody recognizes the Red Rocket, you're going to notice this is now a fortified fortress that I put the longs in because they're too whiny to stay in my other stuff. I mean, my game will glitch out if I try to teleport to the castle, but for those of you that are familiar right now with the castle, I'm doing a super retrofit on that with guard posts, towers, and a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. It looks like a futuristic fortress now. So instead of the rundown, you know, Fortress of Liberty you may remember and stuff, I've retrofitted it, and it's got a submarine bay now. So, you know, Fallout 4 does not have to be this desolate wasteland where you are struggling to survive and gather bullets, and you can be in charge. Unlike all the things we dreamed about in Skyrim, about wanting to take over and be the king or the Jarl, we can do that here. I can explain to you how to do it. And it's not as hard even as you would think. A lot of it just literally means we have to finish the storyline out to a certain point and, you know, go from there. So, fun stuff. I'm trying to head to another settlement right now, but, you know, we'll see. What's up?
Omega?
Yeah, what's up?
Alright, so I have 5 people currently in my sanctuary.
Okay.
I'm making enough food for all 5. But I'm making about 16 in water, 15 in power, and 15 in defense.
Okay, well, defense only has to go up once you're starting to do something. But basically, the number one thing to concentrate at first is building an ugly generator shed, putting up a power pole, and putting up as many water purifiers as you can down that river, and adding on to your slave generator system and adding on to the purification system to increase the amount of water every day. And then if you want to know where to go to sell it, I can send you screenshots of the map and different areas you can go to where you can trade your water early and use that water to purchase things like concrete or copper, you know, or glass. Because you can't build a light bulb. You got to gather all the materials to build a light bulb. You know, you got to get copper, glass, and ceramic to insulate it, and that'll allow you to actually build a light bulb. I know it sounds a little complicated, but every one of these lights I had to build. Say what?
I said, did somebody join my live? Because somebody just say hi.
Oh,
Matthew?
I don't know. But,
oh, okay.
This is 10 Pines. For those of you that may recognize this, I'm going to go inside 10 Pines and give you another example of a basic city build here. So this is 10 Pines. For those of you who may recognize this small shack is all that should technically be.
How many purifiers do I need?
How many what? Water purifiers? As many as you can get. As soon as you run out of enough power to power it, add in more slave generators. You literally want to be, you want hundreds and hundreds of water a day, because that's pretty much your currency. And based on your charisma, we can sell it. All right.
It was really nice meeting you, Omega. Thank you for the advice. I'll see you next time, okay?
All right, have a good night.
You too. Have a good night, man.
All right, so since we're doing this now, what is it you guys want to see? What do you need explained, or what can I cover? If there's anything you guys want to see and stuff, I can cover that right now. I know that it's getting late, and you know I'm pushing the time right now. But if there's any explanation you guys need to hear, about
All
wiring or
right, so
anything
I'm
like
making
that?
46.
46. Okay, good. So the basic thing is, let's talk about getting off just off and started, right? The first thing is you got this big river outside of Sanctuary. You need to figure out how to get that water out and bottle. That simply means putting in water purifiers and as many generators as you can, connecting them together, and keep doing this over and over. This water is going to allow us to purchase the things we need to build these impressive settlements. Then there'll be some things we'll have to do that we have to go through storyline to get, but we can cover those when we get there.
That's the thing. I need the cooking structure to purify water.
You need a what? No,
I need something to purify water.
No. Okay, no. Stop. No. Okay, that's taking dirty water and converting it to clean water. So you take 3 dirty water and convert it to clean water. That's not what I'm talking about. So when you put water purifiers down, it will take the amount needed to get your people water, and then whatever minus the amount. So if you're making 130 water and you have 5 people, then you'll have 125 water left. Okay, that water appears every 24 hours inside of your red workshop workbench. So click on your workbench right now and go see if you have any water bottles in there. And those are what I'm talking about for currency.
No life signs detected.
Oh, okay.
Okay, those are purified water. Now those will get put in there every day, every 24 hours. So we want to sell them off every day to either make caps, buy the bullets or guns you need, mods or whatever else, but also to purchase the stuff we need to build our cities. So, we want the purified water. It's kind of like the core of what we're doing. And we want to do this basically at every settlement, but not every settlement's going to be able to actually produce a decent amount of water. Okay, so right now I'm walking up on Outpost Simonja, if you guys are watching, and this is a settlement that doesn't produce a lot of water. So it required me, I had to go haul a whole lot of concrete and other stuff like that in shipments over here to build this impressive super base, which is, the point is, anything can be done. It's just a matter of time and effort.
Yeah.
So, Outpost Simonja here, this should just be literally a bandit shack, but I covered the entire city with a fortified fortress, and I don't even know how many stories high I built, but I have a penthouse at the top, and then I have a sniper's nest that I built out of steel, so I could stand like 16 stories up. Let's see if I can get to my roof.
Alright, now I'm making 66 water.
Good. So we want more water, we want more daily.
Yeah,
So.
I would make more if I had another power line to attach it to, but I don't have enough copper.
Okay, so that's when we take the water bottles you got, and you're gonna head to Drumlin Diner, which is probably one of the nearest locations on you. And I'll pull that up. I can pull it up on my stuff in case you don't know. You can actually look at the live stream right now, and you'll see Drumlin Diner. It's right below the Museum of Freedom. There's the Gorski Cabin, which has and then Starlight Drive-In, which is another settlement possibility. Red Rocket, Concord.
I have 43 purified water.
Okay, keep that up. Okay.
Alright, so what do I need to do?
You want to go take that purified water and head to Drumlin Diner, which is just down the road from Concord. So if you followed out the very first city you come to, where the Red Rocket leads you to that first city, that's Concord. If you go past Concord, you'll end up, you'll end up heading towards Drumlin Diner.
There.
Okay, and that's where the lady, she gets attacked. You can either defend her or not. Anyway, so
I already did that.
Okay, yeah, if you defend her, this is where you want to go, back and forth. Use this as one of your main waypoints. Trash Can Carla will show up here, so you can use that too. All right.
Okay, so. All right, so you said you used the water as currency. How do I do?
So if you have the water on you, and then you would take it to them and you would sell it to them in exchange for their goods. So you want to go to her miscellaneous and you want to buy shipments. So you'll trade your water for shipments. So you want to scroll down her list. Here, I'll actually can take you to a general store and show you. Any general store will have shipments. About halfway down, it'll say shipment of ceramic, shipment of copper, shipment of so on and so forth. We want to buy these because shipments are just paper and they don't weigh us down. So we do want to pick up shipments because it doesn't you can carry a shipment of like 100 concrete and it weighs nothing.
All right, so I'm here.
Yeah, you're gonna go talk to her and stuff and say buy and sell, and you're gonna sell your purified water, and you're gonna look through her inventory and see if she has any shipments. All right, guys, I'm going to actually stop the.
Do I need to sell all of my?
Do you need to sell all of your what? all your purified
water.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. That every day, that is your currency. Every 24 hours you get more. So yeah, you want to get rid of it for the day because you're gonna get more tomorrow. And then you just come back and forth here, and you use that to kind of purchase your stuff. And you're just gonna kind of follow this basic principle of build water purifiers, build more generators, take the water daily to go trade for more stuff. And as you do it, you'll level up, and you'll start building small things in your town. And if you followed my advice, you probably have a character with 10 endurance and 10 intelligence, which means building things will level you up pretty quickly. So you want to do that early and then add your charisma. As you add your charisma, you'll get more for your bottled water. Okay.
Yeah, alright, so now copper.
Right, copper. Alright, I'm going to wrap up this stream, though, and I will see you guys back in the party. So I'm going to shut this down. Thanks for watching, though. And thank you, Matthew, for coming. It's always good to see you because you always type back to me.